Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with, well, nerds.
Hey, I'm Ryan.
Ted.
Nathan Nerdark.
And today we wanted to do a recap on a GM 911 put forth by Hawkeye 277.
All right, but
No,
before that,
this is our first recap, but go ahead, Ryan.
but before we recap, you can sign up for the newsletter down at the bottom in the description. So if you give us your email address, we can email you exclusives. You can learn how to game with Nerdarchy, and even get GM or player tips. So back to our regularly scheduled recap.
So normally we get a request for a GM 911, and we usually don't get feedback on how things exactly went, but this time
We did. So the original GM 911 was he had a wizard villain that was going to be a Rune Scribe. He already had one room, and he was going for a second one that was housed in a temple, is what he was thinking, or some kind of dungeon, but I think he was leaning towards temple. And he wanted the players to get there and have to kind of compete with him for the rune. And so he did that, and we gave a bunch of suggestions and about how to theme out the temple and make it, relevant to the rune that he was going after, ways to make it obvious that he was the villain if you wanted to go that route. But he didn't go that route at all. He went with another route where the NPC wizard was actually locked in battle with Guardians of the Temple, and they came to his aid.
Right. As good, stupid adventurers would.
Yeah.
The reason that evil will always triumph is good is just stupid.
What is good is dumb.
Good is dumb, yeah.
I think he even did some foreshadowing with some of the monsters that the wizard had already defeated, which were methods. So he had puffs of smoke that were left over, and
defeating monsters doesn't make one innately evil. It's just he vanquished his foes. If he was absorbing their souls and this is delicious, like that, maybe point to evil.
So so I guess the gist was at the end, he had when they finally got to where the rune was, he had the wizard turn on them.
Like, mine kind of thing.
It's
my
all
precious.
mine. And they defeated him. They got the rune, but he got away.
Right. Yeah, it was really interesting how it all played out, but it goes to show, you make a plan, and then the players are going to do whatever they're going to do, and then you got to really just react to that. So it was really neat kind of storyline.
The cool thing was, there was one player working with a different NPC that was within the party, who they basically gave the rune to, and that NPC took off too.
Yeah.
So they didn't get to capture or defeat, or they didn't get to capture the wizard.
Right.
They didn't get the rune.
Right. Yeah, this is a great, nice, snatching, not snatching victories from the jaws of defeat. It's like the inverse of that. Really.
Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah, exactly. That sums it up beautifully. Which is great. It's a nice counterplay to have a session in.
And I like that they, the one of them, actually used the Stein rune to actually meld into the stone. So it's powers that are specifically, linked to the thing that the scribe.
Oh yeah, that was how the wizard got away.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He used his Stein rune to melt the stone, and the characters had no idea how long that lasted.
Right.
He didn't say whether they actually knew what spell that he cast, but it's a spell that lasts 8 hours.
So now he's a defeated villain, but he's still alive, so he's going to be a nemesis kind of adversary hounding them.
And it also sounds like the other players are unaware how the NPC got the other rune.
Mm-hmm.
So there's these subplots that are going on, these plot threads, which as a GM I love having those dangling plot threads out there that can come pop back up and rear their ugly head at any time, and really giving your players all these different options of what they need to do and what they need to take care of.
So if you collect all 4 of the runic whatevers, they could go get slotted into a runic gauntlet or something like that, and you could do a micro infinity gauntlet but with elemental stuff themes.
Nice. Yeah, we could absolutely steal that idea.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, you have to reflavor a couple of them, or at least one of them, because the quote unquote rune of air is supposed to be this blue banner. So I wound up changing that for my game, because I actually put a Rune Scribe into my last session, and I actually had it as a hunk of glass that looked like it was in motion.
Yeah, that was a really fun session, and for you guys, Little teaser. Scott Garrity has a meltdown during the game.
Goes ballistic.
Yeah, you gotta watch that when we put it up.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
We love you, Scott. You're so big and cuddly.
But he will murder people if he needs to.
no, just my children.
No, come on, you're giving away spoilers.
Spoilers. Yeah.
Never mind. Now you guys don't even have to watch the video. Thanks, Ted.
It's precious. It's gold. You got to watch it.
We actually, at some point, we should just like pull that clip and like just have that as a thing, like a content piece. At some
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, you guys all read the email. And actually, I'm going to turn this into an article if Hawkeye will give us permission to do it. He gave us the thumbs up on doing the video on it, and it's really cool. Like, we'd like it when you guys tell us what happened with your GM 911s, how they worked out. In this instance, it sounds like really like a really fun campaign to play in. I like what this GM's doing with the game from the little bit of snippets that he gave us.
Yeah.
So, and it gives us a chance to kind of like get a glimpse of your games and what you're doing at your table. You guys get to look at our table all the time. Now it's a little we get to flip the mirror around a little bit, the other way.
Yeah. The best way to let us know how it went is to email us again.
Yep.
Yeah.
nerdarchy@gmail.com.
That's the place.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think? Did Hawkeye 277 do an awesome job with this? Put in the comments below. While you're at it, like, share, even subscribe.
Check us out over at nerdarchy.com.
Twitter. You can tweet at us.
And you can also check us out over on Instagram.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.